Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Factorio. My name is Cilantro. It's been a while since I've actually recorded this. I've been streaming a lot recently, a lot of Factorio, as a matter of fact, using the DieTech mod. So it's kind of weird having to step back to this, but I've been looking forward to getting back to this. I did get a little bit of experience with the whole bus system when I was doing the live streams, and I've had quite a bit of fun with them, but I really have been wanting to get back to this. Vanilla is where my heart belongs, where my heart really is. And there goes my headset. Wouldn't be a fun start to a video if I didn't have some sort of technical difficulty. I even had trouble updating to the latest version of Factorio, as the 11.7 and beyond versions will not save files for me for some silly reason. Anyway, last time I think we were having some issues with our coal production. As you can see, there's very little coal around my base. There's some coal up here to the northeast and a little bit down here to the southeast, but unfortunately both of these are starting to get into biter territory, and I'm not exactly the most militarily equipped person in the world right now. So what I'm going to do before I go out and try to brave these areas is get myself set up with a little bit of armor. I do have at least the heavy armor, and I do have access to flamethrowers, which are a little dubious in terms of their effectiveness. Hopefully just a regular shotgun, some shotgun shells, and some piercing rounds with my submachine gun will be enough. So I'm going to go ahead and grab as much copper as I can get and make myself a bunch of gun rounds and go out and do some combat and hopefully not get murdered horribly, because I'm not in the market for death. There's a lot of things I could use in life, but death is not one of them. So, okay. Let's just make a bunch of ammo clips. I'm hoping that the evolutionary state of the bugs is not to the point where they're going to just instantly murder me, because that would be disastrous. So while I'm waiting for these to continue crafting, I'm actually going to go fishing. Until I get actual power armor, there's no way I can really afford to go out and fight without fish. Fish are the only way really to heal your hit points whenever you've taken any damage. You know, just like any good adventurer, whilst in the midst of combat, you know, make sure you're staying well fed. I mean, how many games are there out there that literally just use food as hit point, you know, renewal? Kind of makes me wonder. Also, did I like overly pollute these? Like these rivers and lakes and... Hey, get out of my way, tree. No. Because I'm not seeing very many fish. Maybe I already overfished too much. It's very nice of this world to have not only simultaneously evolved a bunch of horrible bug creatures, but also fish that look very Earth-like. You know, this planet did not have to do that, but it did. So that's very nice of them. Hey, there's a little bit of coal up here. And some right there. I don't know, I feel like I should be going after the much larger deposits of these if I want to be really safe and sound. Okay, I think I'm getting a little close to a camp there, so I've got to be careful. Hopefully I have some extreme reach when it comes to picking up fish. Extendo arms! Stretch Armstrong's got nothing on me. Sorry, Stretch Armstrong copyright holders. My bad. You know, also due to the volatile nature of sort of how I have everything set up and how I'm having to branch out so far already, I'm really kind of feeling like I need to take some measures to curb my pollution a lot more than I otherwise would normally. It looks like all just tier 1 biters, which I think I can pretty easily get some research done. I'm pretty sure I can very easily just chew through those without too much of a problem. You know, I actually realized I have logistics robots already available for this playthrough, and I think that would help a lot, so that might actually be one of the first few things that I go for. Trying to see if I have any research available that, there we go. Only takes the tier 1 and tier 2 science. Okay, so thankfully this armor is actually seems to be doing quite a good job against these lower tier bugs. So this was not nearly as big of a deal as I thought it would be. Did burn through a lot of ammo, but we were at least able to take the nest out to hopefully be able to secure this area up here. I think it seems pretty smart at this point to just use a train system. And I may actually just load everything on a single train and sort it out at the end. That's something I've always wanted to try to do. I've always wanted to sort of... I have a tendency to really want to have everything be super organized and very specific rather than just using general things. And I think it'd be kind of neat to just set up a train system where, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 trains just go back and forth between an area. They pick up whatever the heck they want and come back with whatever the heck they want. And the unloading system is what separates those from each other. So I think that's what we're gonna shoot for. Also, did not realize how much forestness there was around here, so that's kind of unfortunate. That means that I'm gonna have to do some major clearing out. Further incentive to get some Robits up and running, because Robits will help a ton. Unfortunately, Robits need oil, and I'm not sure. Well, that's actually a bigger deposit. It doesn't look very big on the map. You know, I mean, that's like, what, 2/3 of a chessboard, maybe? But this is actually quite substantive, so that makes me very happy. So I think it will be worth it, especially considering the size of the other deposits around here. Sure, the coal is a decent amount, but it's not even close to the insanity of the copper and iron deposits, so this will last me quite some time. I need to get some wheels. I probably have a car. It's been so long since I've recorded this that I actually don't remember if I have a car. So, there is a very handy feature in this game, by the way. If you are missing one of your vehicles, what you can do is just make another copy of that vehicle, and you'll immediately find the one that you had forgotten. It does unfortunately mean that you'll end up with 2 vehicles, but, you know, that's the price you pay for that feature of this game. Woo! Alright, rocketness done. Sure, let's go for manta rays. That sounds like a good technology to research. Sounds like a plan to me. Put a gate in. I have these lovely gates and I'm not using them. Walled something off and didn't even bother beyond that. Okay. Let's see what it would actually take to get robots up and running, because trying to disassemble this as well as disassemble that entire forest up there, it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty, it's not going to be fun, and generally going to be kind of scary. You know what? Even though I'm upgrading to... Yeah. Even though I'm upgrading my furnaces to electric furnaces very soon here, I am going to go ahead and just upgrade these temporarily just to keep the copper flowing. I did go ahead and start using my oil for solid fuel. Not something I'm normally a fan of doing. I actually do have a good amount of oil in the nearby vicinities, though. I've got, you know, 4 or 5 patches of 4 or 5 or 6 oil. So my long-term oil supply is in pretty good shape. And since I am light on coal right now, I feel like I'm kind of priced into actually doing that no matter what. So we're just going to go ahead and upgrade these and use the solid fuel as it is. All I know is that the materials must continue to flow regardless of everything else. So, no matter what else is going on, that is the most important thing right now. And yeah, plastic production kind of tapped out right now because of the lack of coal. So let's see if I can't just make some engine parts right here. Let's clear this stuff out, because I believe you need electric engine parts for the Robits, because you need flying robot frames. And flying robot frames require electric engine units, and electric engine units require lubricant. So there's a whole thing. Where is our oil processing anyway? Hello, oil process. Oh, that's right. I made it all the way up here. I remember now. It has been a while. Oh, that's right. We were like blowing it all up into solid fuel. Wow, we were actually tapped out on light. That's kind of crazy. So, yeah, I'll be able to switch this heavy over and make it into lubricant. Very much needed for robots. Wouldn't want your robots to be all stiff and immobile. They must fly. So I'll make some and pipe it over here. In the meantime, let's do some more deforestation. There we are. This will be, well, give myself a little bit more room. If there's anything I've learned with my my stream LP that I just did recently with Ditech, it's that you should always give yourself more room. I actually have a lot of room with this base, and I've been just kind of cramming things into a very small area, and I'm not sure how that's actually going to work out for me in the long run. I've also noticed a few flaws in the bus system. Not going to prevent me from using it because it's still overall a great system, but I feel like you should use a hybrid approach. Don't just put literally everything on your bus. The only things you should be putting on your bus are sort of the mandatory ingredients for most things. So, as an example for that, the copper wire that I'm making on the bus is going to be nowhere near enough to supply all of the things that need the copper wire. So I will likely have sort of refreshers along the way where I will create more of them, or even create them with the intent of using them for one specific item. So otherwise you're just not going to have much luck. There's just too much stuff you've got to do with too few supplies. Even a double wide line of copper wire is I don't think enough to really supply what you all actually need. There's also something to be said about the inserter efficiency technologies, which I'm not sure if I have any of them. Where are they? Don't you hide from me? There we go. You can't really make use of the inserter item stack size bonus if you are not using them to move from one container to another. And that's one of the powerful things you can do with crafting directly into another object. So, gonna need some assembly machines here. We need to start off with engine units, which we will then convert into electric engine units, which we will then convert into flying robot frames, which we will then convert into the actual robots themselves. So, let's give ourselves a little bit more room yet. And we're just going to start up like right here. That seems pretty reasonable. And you guys are going to make for me some engine units. Actually, I do not have pipes on my bus, so I'm going to need to make pipes as well. So let's do that. Let's make a few more of these bad boys. Bad boys. And can I... Oh, here's where our batteries are going to be coming in. I forgot that I was trying to place batteries on the bus themselves right here. Kind of do some loopy-swoopy stuff to get them over where they needed to be for the sciencing, but that'll work. Okay, so you're needed for pipes. Pipe, pipe, pipe. There we go. And we need to get iron and steel over here, as well as iron gear wheels. So let's get that set up. Do I actually have a steel pipeline? I do not. I never put steel on my bus. I guess I may need to even bake steel here. That's kind of a little awkward. One steel every 20 seconds. I could do that. Yeah, we could do that. Steel doesn't take quite that long to actually build, so we're gonna do something a little janky here, as I am often a fan of doing. I do enjoy jankiness when applicable. Definitely electric furnace, because that will go faster, for sure. And we're going to place this here, and here, and then here. All will be clear in due time, or you'll just remain confused. One of those two is likely to happen. So this is going to be the engine unit construction. Yes. Okay. And I need the engine units to be supplied with the steel, which we will be baking here. And then I need iron from this direction. And I will then also need some of the other materials. So let's get these input right here. That should be good. Do you actually need... okay, so you actually also need the iron gear wheels. Ooh, that's a problem. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to really, I don't know, do what I always say I shouldn't be doing, which is to overly compress everything that I'm designing. I am probably the most hypocritical gamer you will ever meet. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Let's just start getting these products moved in here. We're going to go for fast belt on the corners. Make sure we keep that compression as much as we can. The modded version I've been playing with Ditech has 5 tiers of conveyors, going from blue to purple to green, which are just ridiculously quick. Very fast. Far faster than they actually probably need to be. So I need to find a way to get the iron gear wheels in here. So let's see. These need to be tossed over here. That's the whole reason I did this. Was because these need to make for me the pipes. There we go. Pipe, pipe, pipe. And those are pulling those in, so that's good. These actually don't need... These only need the iron gear wheels. I could just make my own iron gear wheels here. That would kind of get the job done. But I think what we're going to do instead is we are going to... well, actually, first of all, this is not even the correct way to split these. I need that so that the bus may continue. The bus must go on. And likewise, this should go here. And now I need to split off the gears in a similar manner. And I think we're going to do that like this. I don't know why I build it like this. This is my thought process. Let's spread everything out as much as we can, which I'm not even doing, but pretend that I'm doing that. Let's spread out everything as much as I can, and then within those spread out areas, try to be as ridiculously compact as necessary. Actually, not even as necessary, just above and beyond what a normal person would consider to be acceptable. I'm crazy. I have a few that need purple only. Very strange. I'm very light on a lot of things, so I'm trying to just bounce around and get the ones that only take the red and green science. So that's what we're doing. That is my strategery. Okay. So this only partially solves my problem, because I need to get these over here so that they can actually be picked up by the engine makers, as it were. You know what I'm also completely neglecting is the fact that I need to then turn these into these, which require circuits. Ooh. Okay, so we need to find a way to sneak circuits and lubricant in here. And then I also am going to need circuits and advanced circuits in order to make the final product. So, yay! All around, I am just not even doing this properly. That's good. That's good. Yep. Messing up before I even really get started is the cornerstone of what I do on my stream. And on my YouTube. Both. Diving face first into a problem. That's what we do here. I need some medium electric poles. I like my electric poles like I like my burgers. Well done. I mean medium, sorry. There we go. Not actually sure. Wait, hang on. Are we? Ooh. That's why we're being sluggish. Okay, okay, alright. Having some power issues. I got it. I feel you. Let's go for an underground belt here, shall we? I just realized I have like 1,000,000 wood on my thing, and I don't need it. So, here's what we're going to do. Other than redo everything 1,000,000 times. Let's get a few more underground belts here. Why is our power tapped so much? Crafting? Sciencing, I guess? Guess I just need to expand my power grid. Likely should start using solar, well, solar. Not solar, just regular solar. as much as I can here. I know there's got to be some more science. There we go. There we go. I knew I could science some more science. Not going to let this game dictate to me how I should be playing it. What if I don't want to have prerequisites for all my scientific endeavors? Did you ever think about that, Factorio? Game is very inconsiderate. So what we're doing here, more or less, is running out of belts. Well, that's a big part of it. I do actually have some belts here. Yay! Belts! Whoa! Hey! My inventory's not full. I've got stuff down here, bro. Why you gotta be like that? Alright, let's go drop off this wood once and for all. Come on. I've got some storage somewhere down here. I remember. Yes! There we go. And of course it's storing nothing but wood. You know, this is actually a fuel. I should probably be using wood as a fuel instead of the solid fuel that I'm using as a fuel. I mean, at least the solid fuel has fuel in the name. It's honest. Honest to goodness solid fuel. Route this under here. And route this under here. So there we go. Worst possible setup ever. Brought to you by my insane routing for everything. But on the plus side, we do have all of our materials coming into the engine unit manufacturers. Hooray! Okay, so I've run out of time for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Let's Play Factorio. I will see you again soon, and when I do see you, we will have flying Robits running around. Hopefully. Take care. See you next time.